This is going to be a micro class about the difference between failure and success. So I'm trying to make this as quick and as compact as possible for you to understand, freely flowing into what's success and what's failure. Yes, we have entrepreneurs that say, failure is the norm and success is the exception. Not quite, because you have settings. If you calculate them, you can, with failure you learn, but you can also prevent going into failure by looking at those who do it right. And it's more damage control. So I'll break it down to you as fast as I can. I'm trying to make this in like 10 minutes. So there's 4 things you need to know. Inspiration is first. You get inspired. That's the software. Okay? What you do with the software is the collecting data phase. When your collecting data phase is over, you go into planning. That's called sequencing or indexing your data, that you even know what you have on your plate, just like on a computer. It's the same for you and for your consciousness. Then when you have your planning correct, that's structuring actually the data that you've collected into what the essence is of what you shall actually focus on. Then third is what a lot of people miss, is the action step. You got to do something about it. I will give you a simple example. And when you do something about it, that will lead to number 4, successful outcome. Take a pen and paper, write this down. If you miss one of those steps, you guaranteed won't be successful. First there's the inspiration, then there's the planning, then there's the action step, and then there's the successful outcome. Is the outcome not successful, we have to go back to planning and evaluating our action steps. So you have a very powerful set that's given to you by the almighty designer of what this is you have dreams, hopes, wishes, and desires. Nice to have, but if you wait forever with these virtual program modalities, sometimes nothing happens. So in order to override, write this down. Dreams, hopes, and wishes and desires will be overwritten by set goals. Set a goal for what you want to accomplish. That is your OR, that's your override. You need that. And when the outcome is successful as in wanted, then you can evaluate what you want to develop further, and you do it over. So also, not to kill dreams, hopes, wishes, and desires, we have egoically modified dreams, hopes, wishes, and desires of what we think we want. But there's a divine purpose. The higher purpose is what is it that the soul really needs, and you need to concentrate on what do you really need, what is required for your development, and prepare yourself for that in an appropriate manner. So you have to know there's a task list, a manifesto, like a to-do list, where you check what you do and really make sure it's done. You have to check your behavior. You have to honor what is given to you and look at what works. When you see what doesn't work, the focus shouldn't be on what doesn't work, the focus should be on what works. You have to have discipline, which is the ultimate discipline. You also need to simplify. If you go, and this is a crash course real fast, if you want to go into things that are highly complicated and complex, and they are preventing you from either reaching your goal or setting your goal, scrap that. Trash bin. Beep, and gone. Edit it out. I will tell you a story about a Chinese story or an Asian story about the one who got rice, who was tested. These stories are here also to activate you. So also knowing insanity is when you're looping a behavior, expecting a different outcome, and it doesn't change. Like, let's say we have experienced that people that are online, and let's say you require certain information, and within 2 days you're sending 85 emails to a person, you're requiring information, and there's nothing coming. That's called insanity. Okay? That's a level of insanity. Insanity means repeating an experiment or repeating an action step that doesn't change anything, as let's say I'm sitting in front of a rock and I want to levitate that rock. I won't say that I'm Confucius or any super being that has the capacity, as an ascended master can break the insanity loop, but lower developed capacitrons, such as we are, in a certain loop, we cannot surpass that. So we can write 1,000 emails to whatever the president and there's no reply. We need to know at a certain point we need to stop. So you have to, in order to be successful in these things, also be realistic. I don't want to be an astronaut tomorrow, or I'm not trying to buy, I don't know, a phantom car. Like that's like a non-realistic thing. And also we believe in the paranormal, but that is, right now we're not paranormal. Right now this is pertaining you here in the mind here. So now to the story of the rice person. The Padawan or the apprentice seeks a mentor, and the mentor or the abbot or high priest says, okay, in order for you to see your discipline, I need you for 1 year fetch rice. I mean basically cook rice, fetch water, deliver it to 24 monks. Don't skip on any tasks in the morning. Don't spill water. Don't waste a grain of rice, not one. And the high priest observes the apprentice how the rice is being delivered to all the monks that are in study. And according to how many spills he has, that will determine how long he has to fetch water and cook rice. Okay? That's your task as an apprentice before you can say you have mastered a certain level. Also, no part of the magic, a rainmaker. Misunderstood concept. The rainmaker, and this is how a magician, not an illusionist, was tested in the ancient times. A rainmaker doesn't make it rain. That is an illusion. A rainmaker will appear when he knows it is about to rain in the area he's being called to, and he will work with the element. So it would appear to you that he would make it rain, but he just embodies the knowledge when it will rain. So the magi would be tested. Of course, I can go deeper into astral projection, where the shaman in Peru, let's say Kogi natives, they would sit with you and say, if you can astral project, there's a symbol behind that mountain on a platform that we have put in red chalk. And when you, after your vision quest, return, you draw the symbol on a piece of paper. And if you have seen the symbol, then it shall be on the piece of paper, because you're embodying that, what will be there when you need to know when it is there. And that's how your business works. Inspiration has to know when is the wave needed for you to get into, collect the data with that wave, ride the wave as you are planning, create the action while you're surfing the wave, you're having momentum, and with that action step and that momentum and the backup and the angels, you will have a successful outcome guaranteed. If you're not right and just, the angels won't help you. There are spiritual laws. The ancestors cannot assist you if you're not coming from a right and just being person. If you manipulate and you use tactics and trickery, you will call devas from that realm. They will serve you unconditionally, but the outcome is not divine, and it can't last. So know that there is a divine purpose, there is a free will, and there is a divine will. And you are here on earth to figure out you cannot do what you want to do. And it's not all about you. It's like, what is your service with the success that's given to you, and what are you giving to the cosmos in return, in service to the planet and the collective consciousness that you're working with. So we have all the things here broken down, real simple, and if you follow these instructions, you shall succeed. Be in integrity, be honest to yourself, criticize only yourself, but don't judge yourself. Be more an evaluator, become the ultimate observer. Thus you will win this game. Oh, and most certainly I will see you on the flip side. Peace.